Greetings, programs. This is Wretch. Welcome back to WWE 2K16. Now, as you can see, we are here at the Royal Rumble about to take on Roman Reigns, and you may be wondering if you've been keeping up with the series. Well, Wretch, you skipped some time, didn't you? Yes, I did, guys. I've been thinking a lot about what to do with this series, because other than my Raw recaps or my NXT recaps or pay-per-view recaps, this is getting really repetitive really fast. And if we win the world title, we're going to be fighting the same people over and over again. So here's what I'm going to do. I think I'm just going to do the pay-per-view matches. Or if something really special comes up, we're just going to keep on doing that. And once we win the World Heavyweight Championship, that'll be the end of the series, because I really don't want to defend against anything else. Just go through this entire thing over and over again. I've actually even stopped caring about the Authority, who's just been giving me all kinds of crap that Marcus just doesn't really want to do. He's now gone into that kind of tweener thing like Austin Aries, where he's extremely cocky and a bit of a prick, but people seem to like him anyway. That's kind of where I've gone with Marcus. So let's go ahead and continue on with the Royal Rumble here. Between the last episode and getting to this point off camera, I only fought two people in all the matches. I fought Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose. And that gets, just meh. I would really like a good story mode in this game. Unfortunately, that is not the case. Hopefully next year. But until then, I think we need to get the show on the road so I can move on to other games and just leave WWE 2K16 to its own devices. I even left the entrances off, such as the amount of my care at the moment. We'll do it for the big title match, and I don't even know if I'm in the Rumble or not. I didn't check that. Whoops. I think the Authority wants me to get his legs down to red, and I don't think I'm going to do that. Now, for some people who are wondering what I'm planning on doing wrestling related on the channel after this series ends, I've been talking to a friend of mine. His name's Bart. He's a guy I got into wrestling. He had no interest in professional wrestling whatsoever until I invited him on a lark to come watch WrestleMania 30 with me and some friends, and he had an absolute blast, and he's been a fan ever since. He doesn't keep up with the weekliness, because I figure he would probably not be a fan fairly quickly. But he does watch the pay-per-views. He watches the NXT TakeOver events with me. I just get him up to speed on the stuff that he needs to be up on, and he has a great time watching it. He still has that not jaded view on wrestling, though hanging out with me, that's probably changing relatively quickly. But he's able to see things with a slightly different perspective than me sometimes. So what we were thinking about doing is doing a post-pay-per-view podcast kind of thing here on YouTube, where we chat about what we thought about the pay-per-view and just talk about where we would like storylines to go from there, or what we think is going to happen in the future. And I think that'll be pretty fun. It'll just be on YouTube. We won't do it on like Mixer Radio or anything like that. But we'll do that once a month, just kind of to keep wrestling alive on the channel in one capacity or not, or one capacity or another. And I hope you guys are going to enjoy it. It's going to be a long podcast, because me and him can talk about wrestling quite expansively. And we are just taking Reigns to school, which is interesting, because the last few matches I've had with Reigns have actually been relatively close. The first one I did off camera, we were both within an eyelash of getting pinned, and I actually beat him with the rebound cross body. That's how low our healths were. There's still nothing really it was the go home Raw before Payback this Sunday. Not a whole lot, other than the fact they're pushing that intrigue with AJ along with Gallows and Anderson. The thing about it is, though, for me personally, it's a bit too obvious that Anderson and Gallows are going to swerve AJ. And someone brought up something very interesting to me. They brought up the fact that they mentioned on TV that Samoa Joe won the NXT title, but they didn't say from whom. They didn't even mention Finn Balor. So I'm think that due to the fact that they didn't even mention Finn at all is probably a good determination that we're going to be seeing him fairly quickly. Now, can we go ahead and hit... There's a spear. Eat that. Just stole his finisher. Give him a stomp and go for the pin attempt, just for dramatic sake. Oh, that was actually really close. I'm not even caring about star ratings anymore. I'm just trying to get the matches done as quickly as possible, with still doing a variety of moves, just to break the monotony. Oh, I thought he was about to hit me with the Stone Cold Stunner there. It's interesting to see all the young folks, the young lions, on the roster right now. The match at Payback that I'm really looking forward to seeing is Zayn versus Owens, because this is their first true singles match on the main roster, and I think it is going to be something special. Some people think that Ambrose and Jericho are going to steal the show. I don't think that at all. I think that it's going to be Zayn and Owens. They got one chance to make a first impression with this feud, and at least to the main roster, in a singles match, and I think they're going to pull out all the stops, and it's going to be awesome to see. The things that I watched on Raw, one thing it doesn't make sense to me. It never has. I understand it's kind of a cool visual for some folks, but when Chris Jericho puts the walls of Jericho on someone on the announce table, that comes off to me as like the most pointless thing I have ever seen in my life. Because it doesn't add leverage or anything. They do it for visual, and that's the extent of it. Which is a shame. I think Jericho needs some sort of... I understand the Code Breaker is like the easiest finisher in the world, especially for someone of his age and physicality. He can do that move and not hurt anyone, and he doesn't get hurt because it's just a back bump. But Jericho's offense, other than the Lion Tamer, I'm not talking about the Walls of Jericho, that's just the basic Boston Crab that I've seen Rick Martel do since the 80s. Ooh, bleed from the European uppercut, I like that. Marcus has gotten quite vicious. Wow, my stamina is still max too. How decisive are we making this? Pretty decisive, it looks like. Holy crap. Fair enough. Let's call it a day. Well, so much for the chosen one. But back when he used the Lion Tamer, which was that one where they were inverted at that very awkward angle, that was a really cool finisher for him, but he doesn't really have anything really high impact. The Lion Salt is okay, but I've never really believed any of Jericho's offense compared to like Eddie Guerrero or Chris Benoit, even Perry Saturn. I just never really saw it with Jericho. All of his strengths were in his promo and his charisma. Okay, so the Authority is still ticked off. Let's see if anything happens after the match. And I know that might upset a lot of this, because Jericho has some hardcore fans, and I don't begrudge them. He was very entertaining in WCW, and he's a very good heel now. I'm not entertained by any of his wrestling. Sorry. Nope. That's pretty much it then. Now, are we in... Ooh, title match? What? Oh, we could go ahead and cost Brock the title. I don't want to do that, though, because I really don't want Big Show to have the title. And I wasn't even in the Rumble. We unlocked Roman Reigns' moveset, which looks probably a colorful array of punches and giving out. And we didn't go up the rankings. We gotta fight Ambrose again. Hell's bells. Run in mid-match on any heel superstar's match and ensure he wins. Okay. Well, Daniel Bryan's still number 1. I think we are going to start. Oh, crap. He's not... Brock isn't in the match, unfortunately. Okay, guys. Well, let me put Ambrose through his paces here. We're about 10 minutes into the video. And I'll see you guys back when something interesting happens. Alright, so we've got Brock Lesnar versus Daniel Bryan here, and I think this is where we're going to strike, guys. It is the middle of March, I think it is. No, it's the middle of February. So this is where we'll start our rivalry with the WWE Champion. And hopefully we don't fight Super Brock. I hope number 4th in the rankings is enough to warrant a title match, but we shall soon see. The game has tried to do a lot of random things. Like, I fought Dean Ambrose 3 times. Then Seth Rollins came out to support Ziggler in a match that I was having with him. And then they tried to team me up with Bray Wyatt, strangely, during an interview segment with Renee. Very, very random. But there's the champion with that belt around his waist. Looks like it's suited for him, too. I thought Brock was a great champion. Speaking of champions, what the? Oh, I was like, what are you doing? I like it. I like it a lot. The belt just despawned, which was unfortunate, but it's alright. We've got him at a complete disadvantage. And I think a heart punch DDT. Oh, crap. No, sir. Brock smash. Oh, no. Here, just hit him with the DDT. There we are. Whew. And give him a nice stomp for good measure. To the back of the head. Those stomps do no damage to Brock. Holy crap. I think we are dealing with Super Brock. But we got the upper hand on that. Now we'll get into our interview segment with Renee and hopefully get this going. Because like continuously to try and get to the pay-per-views is actually very, very repetitive for me. I guess considering the fact we've done so many matches on the series. Definitely got Brock's attention.
Please welcome my guest tonight.
And this is all on the same show, by the way.
Talk about Brock Lesnar.
That they tried to team me up with Bray and tried to get me into a match with Seth Rollins.
I gotta show these guys in the back who the real blue chip is. I am the future of the WWE. I can do what I want, when I want. I'm untouchable. I'm what's best for business.
There you go. Give me that belt, Brock.
There is a lot of tension brewing between you two. What's going on there?
I want to end the series, Renee.
Yeah, there is tension between us. Tension that's going to end soon with me putting him through the mat. He's in my sights.
I would actually really like to see someone, not in these interview segments, but how I imagine promos with Marcus would be, to verbally spar with Paul Heyman, I think would be really, really cool.
Thanks for the time. Back to you.
So, let's see if we get this done. Hello, Bray. Marcus doesn't really fit your template for a tag team partner. Doesn't have enough facial hair. And he actually wears tights. Complete the Monday. Oh, I still need to do the showcase too. Actually, I think probably for the series it would have been better had I just done the showcase mode with Stone Cold. Because that is the closest thing to a story, really, that you're going to get. So, Thursday. What we got? And we are in a rivalry with the Beast. That's good. And, of course, we go with Ambrose again. Win your match with red head health. Well, alright guys, here's what we're going to do. I am going to go ahead and end the episode here. I know it's shorter than normal, but we're trying to get on track here. We're going to see what happens at the Fastlane pay-per-view, whether I'm going to be taking on Super Brock or we're going to be fighting for the title. Should be very, very interesting, and we'll see what happens. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. If you liked the episode, go ahead and click like down below, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment, that'd be a big help, and we'll see you next time. Later days, everyone.